Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bonnie and I just want to say that I'm so glad you're here. The title to our study today is called A Stream Called Life, and I'm going to share one of my journal pages with you. So grab your coffee, maybe your hot tea and your Bible, and let's study His Word. I want to read to you today a story that I wrote in my journal several years ago. I want you to sit back and relax. I want you to listen as this story unfolds and see if you can picture the scene. I was at the park the other day and I found myself captivated by a stream that traveled along the path I was walking on. I knew God wanted to talk to me about this stream, so I stopped several times to observe it. But I could not figure out what He wanted to show me. This morning, in my quiet time, He poured the whole thing out to me. He showed me that this stream represents our life in a timeline. First, I saw water that was crashing over these big, jagged rocks. It was rough and it was loud. This represented times of complete chaos in our lives. Times that we think we may lose our mind if this season doesn't soon end. But just a little further down the stream, things got very calm and the water almost seemed to stand still. But if you looked very closely, you could see that it was peacefully moving along. Then I saw a sharp turn. It was so sharp that from where I was standing, I couldn't see where it went. This represents those times in our life when life takes an unexpected turn and we find ourselves navigating a place we never intended to go. But once again, as I walk further down the path and around that sharp corner, I see another peaceful flow. Then I see a patch of small rocks, only halfway sticking out of the water. These represent our everyday life struggles, things that come up but don't devastate us, and we keep maneuvering right through them. Right beyond that, I see another peaceful flow. Right before, I see another drop off where water crashes over another group of big, jagged rocks. One of the main points he made to me was the fact that after every hard place, struggle, or trial, there was a peaceful flow, a place of rest. I remember a time in my walk with God that I thought that He was a harsh God. I thought that He was always angry with me and wanting to beat me down, and until I submitted to what He wanted. It took me years to learn that God wasn't mad at me, and He wasn't shaking His finger every time I made a mistake. No, God is the Father in the story of the prodigal son. He's the one that runs out to his son to greet him and celebrate his return and help him get back on track. We have a heavenly dad that wants to bless us, teach us, and love us unconditionally and give us rest. No, I'm not saying that God won't allow hard seasons, but I will say this: it's only for a season. In Psalm 103, verse 8, it says that He's compassionate and merciful, slow to get angry, and filled with unfailing love. This rest is so important to God that it's been here from the beginning of time, from creation. Now, not only on the seventh day when He created rest, but in every day that He created. If you notice in Genesis 1, when God was creating each day, evening came first and then morning. Rest came first to prepare them for the work of the day that was ahead of them. God isn't a harsh taskmaster. He's a loving Father who knows when we're weary. Matthew 11:28 Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." God doesn't delight in keeping us in an endless season of struggle. Now, hard times do come, but they're not our permanent address. We don't have to hang out there and live there. They're classrooms, not prisons. We're supposed to be learning from these hard seasons. When the Israelites were freed from Egypt, God's goal wasn't just to take them out of slavery. It was to take them into rest, into the promised land that was flowing with milk and honey. One last thing that he showed me in another area of the stream was a small portion over to one side off by itself. The water was completely still. It was dark green, it had a film over the top, and it was stagnant. There was no life and no movement. This represents our life apart from him. So let this truth sink deep into your heart today. Your Father's heart is not to crush you with endless striving. He gives seasons of rest to refresh your soul. And he always leads you out of the wilderness and into the promise. So let's stay connected to him today and keep moving through this stream called life. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was an encouragement to you today, and I will see you soon.